Hey, good morning and welcome to Life Online. I think this is the 27th take on this devotional, but hey, here we go. We're asking a question this week. Is it worth it? You know, sometimes there's a real stretch in the faith journey, and it can be really challenging and difficult. And by the way, you will find that in another one of these great Old Testament examples. I'm not for sure exactly why the author of Hebrews includes him, why God includes him in these heroes of the faith, because the truth is, many times when we look at Samson, he's the tragic figure that we would say, you know, just crash burned in the calling that God had for his life. And in many ways, that is the truth. But it does teach us some things about faith. Hey, let's first of all hit this issue. Just because you're strong on the outside doesn't mean you're not vulnerable on the inside. And many times with individuals, that is the case. They seem as if they have it all together, and yet there's some unresolved issues that they do not deal with. And when you don't deal with the issues of compromise within your life, and for Samson it was his strength brought a lot of popularity to him, and there were women that came into his life, and my word, were they ever his downfall. There's a second thing that I really think it's important for us to consider is just because you get away with it doesn't mean you are free from the consequences of your decisions. Ultimately, in the life of Samson, he flirted with disaster way too many times. And their final time came where that Nazirite vow that he took to never cut his hair, no fermented beverages. And anyways, this Nazirite vow, because he really was a miracle child, that his mother was barren, until an angel appeared and said, you're going to have this boy. And God used him as a powerful judge against the Philistine people, a judge on behalf of Israel. But Samson went many times, flirted with disaster, and it seems as if he was invulnerable until Delilah cut his hair. And sure enough, his strength was gone. Here's the thing that I really want to pull out from Samson's story, an example, and I think this is why Samson is mentioned in Hebrews chapter 11. Just because you're down doesn't mean victory is beyond your reach. And the truth is, after Samson lost his power and his strength, and the Philistines took him away, and they put out his eyes, so he was blind, and they had him grinding at a mill. Really, really tragic story. And yet what you will find is his hair is beginning to grow back, and at one of the feasts in the temple of Dagon there, a Philistine god, as they call for Samson, let's use him, let's mock him. This is the strong one of Israel who defeated us time and time again. We have gotten the better of him. And as they bring him out, what he does is he asks to be taken to the main pillars there within that temple. And this is what Samson prays. He prayed to the Lord, Sovereign Lord, remember me. Please, God, strengthen me just once more, and let me with one blow get revenge on the Philistine for my two eyes. Then Samson reached toward the two central pillars on which the temple stood, and bracing himself against them, his right hand on the one and his left hand on the other, Samson said, let me die with the Philistines. And then he pushed with all his might, and down came the temple on the rulers and all the people in it. And then comes this sentence, thus he killed many more than when he died than while he lived. In many ways it's a sad story, but in many stories it's a great, great story of faith. When it seems as if everything is over, it doesn't mean that somehow there's a victory that is just out of reach for you. Turn toward God. Let him use you. Call out unto the great God. And as long as we have breath, there is a God who will be good, and he will be kind toward us, and he will help us as we turn toward him. So live your life like that. Is it worth it? I think Samson would say, yeah, there's no better way to live than the life of faith in following after God and the call that he has for your life. Hey, God bless. Have an awesome day.